Imagine being challenged to prove the existence of God to a group of skeptical scholars. While many would use complex theology, one man used a simple story about a boat to silence his critics. Who was Imam Abu Hanifa? Known as Imam-e-Azam, the greatest Imam, Nu'man ibn Thabit was a brilliant 8th century jurist and the founder of the Hanafi school of thought. The topic today, we delve into the intersection of faith and logic, exploring the history of atheism in the Islamic world and how Imam Abu Hanifa's legendary debate remains a masterclass in reasoning. Who was Imam Abu Hanifa? Early life and context. Born in Kufa, modern-day Iraq in 699 CE, he lived during the Umayyad and Abbasid dynasties. Kufa was a melting pot of cultures and philosophies. The silk merchant scholar. Unlike many full-time clerics, he was a successful silk merchant. This gave him a practical, real-world perspective that he applied to Islamic law, fiqh. Historical context. In the 8th century, Muslims encountered the Dahriya philosophers who believed the universe was eternal and had no creator. Malik the skeptic. In many accounts, a traveler named Malik arrived in Kufa, claiming the world was a giant accident and that the sun rises and falls simply because it does, without design. The challenge. These skeptics challenged the Muslims of Kufa to a public debate seeking to defeat faith with words. The Great Debate. The Parable of the Boat. The most famous story involving Imam Abu Hanifa and atheism is his use of a marvelous sight to prove intelligent design. The delayed arrival. The Imam agreed to the debate, but intentionally arrived hours late. The skeptics mocked him, claiming he was scared or had no answers. The miracle story. When he finally arrived, he apologized, claiming he was delayed by a miracle at the riverbank. He saw planks of cedar wood fly out of the water. Iron nails flew through the air and drove themselves into the wood without a hammer. A mast and sail unfurled themselves, and the boat began to navigate the currents perfectly without a captain. The logic trap. The skeptics laughed, calling him a fool and stating it is impossible for a ship to be constructed in perfection without a builder or guide. The retort. The Imam replied, "If your mind cannot accept that a simple boat could exist without a builder, how can your heart believe that this entire universe, the stars, mountains, and your own soul came to be without a creator?" Lessons for modern atheism debates. The teleological argument. This story is an early version of the watchmaker analogy. It argues that complex, functional design implies a designer. Accessible wisdom. The Imam showed that profound truths don't always require technical jargon. They can be explained through common sense and observation. Intellectual humility. He taught that logic is not the enemy of faith, but a tool to reveal its foundations. Sometimes, and like the sea, Imam Abu Hanifa didn't just win a debate. He provided a framework for how we look at the world. To him, every leaf was a letter in a beautiful poem written by a creator. Whether you are a believer or a skeptic, the Imam's boat remains a powerful symbol of the human quest for meaning in a complex universe.